Hi, I'm Brad Knowles, producer of Friday Night Flies, hosted by Scott LeBoldis and Scotty Holmes. Enjoy the show. Holy Toledo's. It's tough. It's tough in the house tonight, man. We're so out of practice here. We're so out of practice. Getting cameras going. I got more stuff on my counter here that I know what to do with. And the young man, Ethan Cox, has just walked into the building. It's good to see you, buddy.
You too, Brad.
We're trying to talk him into tying some flies. He said, hey, I just got off work. I'm like, man, work hasn't even ended for us yet. We're still tying flies. We're going to be here for a little bit. And you guys, hey, show Ethan a little bit of support online here. Let's make sure this guy knows how important he is to the show. And we want to see that handsome devil behind a vise tonight. So if you need to go home and change your panties, there, big boy, go and change your panties. And then get your butt back down here. Go make yourself a steak or something. Or go and eat a Snickers. You know how that show goes. But anyhow, needless to say, we need to get back here to the show. Focus on the prize here. And tonight, I'm tying a new case caddis that I've been working on here the last week or so. There's been a bunch of material laying around the store that Chinook Wind Outfitters, the good folks at Chinook Wind Outfitters sent us about an eon ago. She hasn't sent us anything here lately. So Sue, if you're wanting to send us some stuff, you know who to send it to. Anyhow, if you can read, can you guys read that back home? Hey, can you read that, good folks back home? Is it coming in clear? Bring her back. Right there. Okay. Freeze frame. If you guys can swipe right or left or whatever it is, screenshot that stuff. Important information. You can get this stuff. It's like a, I don't know. It's like a tiger. It's like a tiger chenille. It's like tiger.
Leopard print.
Tiger leopard print. Hey, I saw that. I'm like, I gotta do something. I gotta make something with this. So I've got a couple different variations of it. The one that I've been kind of getting funky with has been, it's a little bit lighter. And the reason I've been going with the lighter one is that when I take that and I put like a hackle, a darker hackle over top. Are we still on camera 3? Which one are we on?
We're on 3.
Okay, so when I got water in this, and I'm going to just put a little water on this sucker off to the side here, and I'm just going to let it get wet. It's getting wet all over. So this, I hate getting my vise wet, but now it's going to get wet. And holy Toledo's. Tell me you folks back home can't see a huge difference. Does that not look like a case caddis with a red bead? It looks pretty damn sexy, man. And I figure it's going to work really well. I haven't had a chance to test it, but I assure you in the next few days, I'm going to put this fly to work. So let's get down and dirty. We've got, we're going to be using Met's premium tungsten beads slotted. This one is a 3.8 mil. Can you see that? Let's go to camera 4.
Camera 4.
Let's go to camera 4, and then you guys will be able to read what I'm throwing at you. Okay. The old Mets.
There you go.
Mets. That's what we're throwing at you right there. Good stuff. Tungsten beads. We got a size 8 jig hook. Let's get that slotted bead on there. This stuff is good stuff. I always like kind of challenging myself with new materials. Like I've never tied with this stuff before. So you kind of just wing it, go for it, swing for the fence, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, I really truly think this is going to be a home run. I've used different, there was a pattern way back in the day I was telling John about, and I'm going to share it with you guys too. What the hell? It was called the rock roller, and it was a case caddis pattern, but it was full rubber. It was like, you know, you get like silly legs. It's got that real fine rubber, and then you pack it, and then they'd trim it, and it would be all these different colors, and it was really rubbery, but it wasn't that soft. Like if you ever grab a case caddis off the bottom of the river, it's actually pretty soft. It might be made with sticks or whatever they can get their body and it sticks to it, and then it just fills right out into like pebbles, rocks, sand, and chunks of leaves and whatever else they can kind of muster up. And it's a bit of a marvel, to be honest with you. Like, I don't know how that, and then live inside that, you know, like it's pretty crazy. But if you ever fish the Birkenhead River, you'll see these things. They just seem to be like everywhere. Every little side channel is completely packed full of these suckers, and I assure you that trout make a steady diet of these things. So that being said, you want to duplicate or replicate as well as you possibly can. And I think I'm onto something here. And we're gonna roll with it. And that's what we're doing. We're rolling with it. So Case Caddis doesn't have a tail. It looks like a frickin' bunch of like little rocks and a ton of tree bark. So we're gonna just fatten up the body a little bit here. And this chenille really fills it out real easy. I'm going to put a little quick whip finish. That slotted bead, I think, is for a heavier hook than what I'm using. But that's okay. It's going to work for what I'm doing tonight. And you're going to take the rotary vise, and we're going to just bulk up this baby. Bring it right up to that, but just back a smidgen, just like so. And you're going to see here why. Lock that stuff down. Cut her off. We're just making a little bit of room to make a head, a bit of a thorax. I don't know what the hell you call it on these things. Case Caddis, we're trying to make some frickin' roots and sand here. So I got this chunk of ring neck pheasant skin. I got a whole skin, but this is a chunk of the breast. I'm just gonna kind of find one that's a little bit sparse, a little bit of tail, a little bit of chunkiness. I'm gonna peel a bunch of this feather back a bit. Once it starts to kind of get into the I'm gonna get another one because I broke that feather. Pull her back. You're bound to break a feather or two occasionally. So you're just gonna peel this stuff back a little bit so it's not getting into everything. Come on, don't break again. Okay. At that point, I'm going to tie it in at its tips. I'm just going to cut a little bit this way. I don't want the feather to break again on live television. You guys will think I'm the biggest rookie there is. That's if you don't already. Okay, so you got a little chunk of feather here. Pheasant. Ring neck pheasant, and you're using stuff from the breast. Tied in the tip and kind of back a little bit. You can pull that piece, it can become part of the body. And then we're going to just rotate this sucker around a few times until that gets on the shank of the hook. Kind of pulling it back so you're not trapping it. Around one more time. And that looks like it's got most of that fine feather is on the hook. At that point, we're going to lock it down. How many viewers we got? 15,000?
10, 9.
Hey, that's not bad. 10,000 isn't bad. Hey, could be worse. There could be like maybe 5,000 or 6,000. But hey, we're pretty excited to be here tonight, guys and gals. We're really excited. And hopefully we can muster a bit more time to do a few more shows for you again this season. Lop that guy off. All I'm going to do is just kind of prune this back a little bit, pull it back. Watch out for those sharp jig hooks, man. Those things are razors. You don't want to pull it back too far. Just enough to kind of lay it down a little bit. Just like so. Okay? And then, this is kind of the debate. I know we had the debate earlier. You could throw in a dubbing loop. But being that you've only got a fingernail's width that you need to fill in with this wonderful spiky squirrel from SLF, we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way. And we're just going to spin her on the thread. It seems to be just as quick. Spin her up that sucker. Because you'll see here in a second when I get that Velcro on it, we're going to bug it out pretty good. How's that looking, cameraman?
It's looking ballin'.
It's getting pretty buggy in here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm figuring this case caddis is going to work pretty hot. I mean, depending on how big they are in your neighborhood, but here, man, they just seem to be just monstrous things. Okay, that's getting pretty buggy. So peel that back, lock that guy in, one more wrap around, and then we're going to lock her down with a good old-fashioned whip finish. Okay, whip finish time, baby. We got coffee brewing in here. Man, high-tech stuff. Okay, locking it down. Skizzers. Scalper. Taking that little chunk of Velcro, we're going to just work it all together. Oh man, those hooks are sharp. And now you're like, wow, that thing is looking real buggy. I might have put a little too much hackle on this one, but you know what? When they get wet, I'm going to just show you something. So, you're looking at it now. We'll give it a slow roll. You can see what it looks like. Now we're going to take it out of the vise. We're going to get it wet. Because what you see and what the fish are going to see are two different things. Okay, there you go. So, that's what the fish are going to see. Real buggy. Woo! Yeah! Doesn't that look so different?
I like that.
It really takes on the color of the hackle, and then when you blend that bit of dark SLF spiky squirrel, and that, once again, that's a dark brown, you can see how it kind of pulls it all together. And this is really soft. It feels like sticks and gravel all in one. Like, it would be almost impossible to duplicate the real thing without doing it. And this is really close. It feels like wet branches and little grits, because I don't know if you guys are used to feeling what chenille and stuff feels like. It's very inconsistent, and that's kind of what you're looking for, is inconsistency in the body, because no two case caddises look alike. I assure you, they're different. They're not all perfectly round. They're not all perfectly long or oval. I've got a good feeling about this, and I think you guys should really try it, tie it, and you can get that crazy leopard chenille from Chinook Outfitters. I'll put that up on on the camera here. You guys can see it. Sue, thanks for sending this stuff. We love it, and I was actually thinking of maybe making a necklace out of that stuff. It's pretty fancy stuff. It looks. What do you think? Does it complement my beard a little bit? Anyhow, we're gonna go up to the top camera. And Johnny Horner is in the house, so is Ethan Cox, the master behind the vise as well. Hopefully you guys enjoy the show tonight. I think I've taught a couple winners, and Johnny Horner's gonna throw down a nice minnow pattern or sculpin. What is that pattern? What are you?
I'm calling it the Lillooet minnow.
The Lillooet minnow. Go figure, eh? Anyhow, we're gonna sign out with that. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for all the support. It doesn't go unnoticed or unappreciated. Like, we love it. We love it when you guys come by the shop, you say hi. We go through a bunch of fly tying stuff and we pick out some flies, and you know what, we don't mind sharing secrets too. So if you guys want to come up and go and tackle the Birkenhead River or some of the small lakes in the corridor, come by, see us, man. We'll definitely take good care of you at Spud Valley Sporting Goods in downtown Pembina at 1380 Birch Street. Anyhow, the show must continue. So that's enough for me. We're going to sign out with that. Take it away, cameraman.